Twój przewodnik po świecie języka angielskiego.
Dzień dobry, witam serdecznie. Tu Monika Podbielska. Obecnie możliwości podróżowania są ograniczone i dla wielu osób wymarzony wyjazd wakacyjny nie jest możliwy. Dlatego też zapraszam Was dzisiaj do podróży ze mną w naszym odcinku. Opowiem Wam o przepięknym miejscu, gdzie kiedyś mieszkałam. Puerto Rico, bo o nim mowa. Nie jest powszechnie znane i odwiedzane, ale dlatego też jest mniej zadeptane i bardzo dla nas egzotyczne. Jak zwykle kartę pracy z tekstem i słownictwem możecie pobrać z mojej strony www.monikapodbielska.com. Podcastu możecie posłuchać również w aplikacji Empik Go. Subskrybujcie, oceniajcie, a jeśli Wam się podoba, polecajcie innym. Zapraszam. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is an island located between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. It is east of the Dominican Republic and slightly west of the Virgin Islands. Roughly speaking, it is between the North and South Americas. The capital city is San Juan. In Puerto Rico, there live about 3.3 million people, so as many as in Warsaw only. It is a territory of the United States, and Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens and are subject to federal laws. The currency is the U.S. dollar. Also, U.S. phone cards work normally in the territory of Puerto Rico. As you may imagine, the majority of inhabitants speak English fluently due to close relations with the United States, and so the two official languages are Spanish and English. To travel to Puerto Rico, you need an American visa, the same as the one to go to the United States mainland. Christopher Columbus discovered the island during his second trip on November the 19th, 1493. The place was inhabited with about 50,000 Taino Indians. The Indians showed Columbus plenty of golden rivers, which he was free to take. Columbus named the island San Juan Bautista after John the Baptist. The first settlement was named Puerto Rico, which means a rich port due to its buoyant natural resources, gold, and the location of the island itself. Later, thanks to one of Columbus' lieutenants named Juan de Leon, the settlement became the most important military outpost for the Spanish. So the names were switched, and San Juan became the name of the port and military outpost, and the island became known as Puerto Rico. The port was often attacked by the Dutch, French, and English in attempts to conquer the rich island. Forts and castles were built to protect the island, but the really impressive citadels were never defeated, and nowadays we can enjoy a walk there. European arrival in the Caribbean would devastate the thriving Taino community. In less than 100 years, smallpox had killed the vast majority of indigenous population. Those who survived were ultimately enslaved by Spanish immigrants. Puerto Rico's Caribbean location ensures that there is nice and warm temperature all year long. Puerto Rico is south of the Tropic of Cancer, and it has a tropical marine climate. There is no distinct wet or dry season. In summer, the average temperature varies at about 33 degrees Celsius, and in winter at about 31. With this nice hot temperature, sometimes during the day you get nice showers of light rainfall, which is very refreshing. The island is covered mostly with rainforests on mountainous slopes. The most famous rainforest is called El Yunque National Forest and is located in the northeastern Puerto Rico. This rainforest, as well as the whole island, are home to plenty of animal species, some of them living only in Puerto Rico. Sometimes, sitting in the garden in the evening, I could admire sounds which made me sure to hear a beautifully singing bird. How much I was wrong. In fact, it was a fascinating frog called coqui. Coqui begins its songs as the sun sets and ends in early dawn. So all nights you may enjoy this absolutely amazing sound of a singing frog. There have been many attempts to take this species out of the Puerto Rico island, but it was always dying not long after leaving the island. So, to hear it sing, you need to visit Puerto Rico. Also, there is a Puerto Rican parrot. It is a bird up to 30 centimeters long, green with a red forehead and white rings around the eyes. Especially at weekends, we may admire how people spend their free time. Loads of them ride a small breed of horses called Horse of Paso Fino, which was created in 1509 in Puerto Rico. The locals are extremely attached and proud of this breed and spend a lot of time with these horses. Around the island you find legendary beautiful beaches. The most famous of all is Flamenco Beach, which is frequently voted as one of the best beaches in the world and ranks highest in travel sites like TripAdvisor. It is never too crowded, just like the whole island. It offers perfect sand and the water is super clear, refreshing and warm. Puerto Rico is full of history, art and color. Inhabitants remember their roots and highly value the native culture, often refer to the original name of the place, Borinquen. It is common to hear around traditional music of Borinquen, also on the radio, with stories and legends told in the background. Generally, Puerto Ricans love listening to Latino music and dance to it, especially merengue. And did you know that so popular salsa dance originated in Puerto Rico? They all know how to dance it, and dance it often just out of nothing in the middle of the day. So, if you want to go dancing, it is a good idea to get some steps of Latino dances, as then you will have fun all night long. To get the most of the historic sites, you should go to the old San Juan, where you will be able to see UNESCO World Heritage Site with forts protecting the island and admire colorful buildings in the old town, as well as visit the local museums. Southwest of Puerto Rico may be found a beautiful 1882 lighthouse overlooking the island. Puerto Rican food is delicious and rather heavy. They enjoy a lot of meat, and they also have their own national sausage called morcilla. They have a lot of rice and beans with Puerto Rican spices, and of course a lot of seafood with fresh lobster on top. Once I bought in a supermarket a plant which looked exactly like a banana. How much fun the locals had when I peeled it and started eating. In fact, it was a plátano. Plátanos look more or less like a banana, but these are vegetables and you prepare them like our potatoes. You need to boil or roast them. And so many Puerto Rican dishes are based on this vegetable, like mofongo or tostones. Or they are just added, for example, to soup. And let's not forget about rum. This is an area frequented by pirates in the past, and nowadays Puerto Ricans also love the rum. By the way, while snorkeling around the island, it is common to see original old wooden pirate ships from the 16th and 17th centuries, which is absolutely fascinating. It is worth it to visit Puerto Rico only to step into Casa Bacardi in San Juan, where all the possible rum tastes prevail in multiple of drinks and other attractions. And a fun fact, from the top in a helicopter ride, you may see a huge Bacardi logo in the swimming pool in front of Bacardi's owner house. In the last years, though, Puerto Rico has been dealing with economic problems. A lot of people live under the poverty line. In order to deal with it, there have been introduced numerous changes. The country declared to switch to clean energy sources. Soon, they are planning to eliminate the reliance on coal completely and run on green energy only. Mam nadzieję, że zainteresowało Was to miejsce, jakim jest Puerto Rico. Posłuchajcie raz jeszcze tego tekstu, pobierajcie kartę pracy z mojej strony internetowej www.monikapodbielska.com i zapraszam na kolejne spotkania. Pozdrawiam.